Good morning, Suzuki Science, grade 11 biology. Here we are on week number 8. Can you believe it? We are 8 weeks into the learning process. That is 3 weeks after we left for March break. So that's 11 weeks since we've seen each other face to face. I'm enjoying our weekly occasional meetups that we have on Google Meet. And this week I want to throw out there for any of you who are looking to have a conversation about anything to do with biology or beyond, just let me know the time and I'll be there. We can meet one-on-one or one-on group, and there's lots of things that we've been skipping that we have not had a chance to talk about. Another thing I would like to talk about is the fact that I know many of you have been working very hard, and I think that you're looking at every activity I've put up, and you're looking at the sheet and you're seeing all this information, you want to do it all, which is great. It's fantastic. But honestly, that's not our expectation. I know some of you really enjoy learning a lot. Some of you really enjoy just going online and reading books and finding all this information, and off you go. That's your downtime. That's how you decompress. Others of you decompress by crocheting, painting, Netflix chilling, watching TV, talking to your friends, eating food and eating more food, getting outside, seeing some sun, breathing some fresh air. Whatever it is that you use to have some downtime, make sure that you do that. That's very important to me, that you do something that allows you to be okay. All right? So I'm giving you permission. I don't want you to check out. I absolutely don't want that. We're spending a lot of time creating activities for you, but I do want you to know that it's okay not to do absolutely everything. Okay? So this week is supposed to be more fun. It's representing the culmination of the learning in diversity, which we did start together way back at the beginning. We've been doing this bio league competition, and if we take a look at what happened over the past little while, we'll see that in week 1, where we had 2 quizzes, so it was basically worth 2 weeks to be honest, we had a certain order, and then we've gone through. And each week there's been, kind of a little bit of a switch up at the top and a switch up in the middle. Some of you participate, some of you get busy and are overwhelmed, and so you don't participate, which is okay. Week 3, last week was very close. As a matter of fact, I think I mentioned that the first place score and the second place score were separated by 10 points out of 12,000 that you can get. And the second place person actually had only 1 answer incorrect, where the first place person had 2 answers incorrect, but answered much more rapidly than the second person. So hence the placement. So as we look at the overall placement here, we'll see that it's still very much up for grabs, knowing that we have 11 points for first, and it moves our way all the way down to 10th. And just by participating, you get 1 point. So I still encourage you, even if you don't see yourself up here at the top, just have some fun with it. All right. Now, this week, we're not going to have the Thursday game. This week is going to be the entire week that we're going to play this contest. And we are strongly encouraging you to go outside. So you might have heard of the infamous or famous lab notebook. Of course, we're not doing that this semester. Imagine doing something that your friends have talked about last semester as the ultimate of biology submissions. We are doing a different version. Pandemic 2020 Diversity Notebook. In order to participate, you are going to require 2 apps. These apps will work on any device, and you just need to go to the App Store, download it, and away you go. In this activity, we're asking you to go outside of your home. That's right. Leave your home, leave your room, go down the stairs. If you go up the stairs, wherever your room is, walk outside the front door. It's going to be beautiful tomorrow. I think with the humidity, it's going to be somewhere in the mid-30s. And you need to go outside and find living organisms. As you look at our chart down here, I'm going to skip all the way past all the stuff which are really instructions on how to use the program. And you're going to see what we're looking for. We want you to find outside 1 fungus, right? So nothing cultured. You can't take something from the fridge that you bought at Sobeys, a button mushroom. You have to go outside and find mold on the tree, find a fungus outside somewhere. You might find fungus inside, and for that one, if you can identify the black mold, sometimes you find it in the bathroom or growing naturally, that's okay, as long as you're not buying it from the store. We're looking for at least 2 plants. right? So the plants, there's many. We got big trees that are leaving now. We have lots of little dandelions that seem to be growing everywhere. There's moss that are growing on the trees and ferns that are growing in some wetland areas you might find. 3 entries for the animal kingdom. Okay, so notice I've done the green, yellow, and purple. So the green is kind of the minimum we're looking for. So if you're doing green, then notice I'm not asking to find the fungi. I'm asking to find at least 1 plant and at least find 3 animals. If you're doing yellow, which is what the majority of you I think might be doing, the complete, you can see what yellow is, and then purple is kind of the extreme, right? So with the animals, we're asking you to find at least 2 arthropods. Super easy. Most of the animals you're going to see outside, if you look very closely underneath the leaves, on the plants, wherever, flying around, buzzing around your head. It's mosquito season, black fly season. You're going to find arthropods pretty easily. Worms, if it rains, they're out, right? Otherwise, you have to dig a bit. Mollusk, if you go to a place that's somewhat wet with lots of green, you'll probably find some mollusks. And then the chordates, they're a little bit harder to find. Some are easy. Squirrels and chipmunks, raccoons, easy. We want you to find at least 1 mammal and at least 1 bird, and then 1 other organism, depending on where you are. Some of you know that there's certain chordates around the school area that are not uncommon. So go ahead and take a look for them. Hopefully you can find them. And once you have your entries for the minimum, complete, or for the extreme, then you're set. You are also going to be participating in a competition. So in this competition, what you'll be doing is, this is where the apps come into play. On this worksheet, you'll see explicit instructions on how to use the 2 apps. The apps are, and this app is, there's 2 of them. So one of the apps is called Seek. You'll see a link on here that gives you instructions on how to access the second app, iNaturalist. So what you will be doing is you'll be going outside using your device. You are trying to identify certain organisms, and apart from some of the more common ones, there's a really good chance that you don't know the genus and species, the scientific name of whatever organism you see out there. Even though you might see maple tree, is it a red maple? Is it a silver maple? Is it a sugar maple, for example? So you're going to go outside and you'll use the app. Follow the instructions from the YouTube page. You'll see the link, and this is my son's account, so when you see jealous, that's Jace, and he just explains on there, not with words, just with visuals, how to navigate the iNaturalist app. With the iNaturalist app, what will happen is when you get to the end, after you've taken a picture of the organism, you're going to see a list of different things that you can choose from. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're choosing the option where it says visually similar, seen nearby, because you'll see other ones that are visually similar often, but they might be in a different country or a different part of the province, not in this area. And if you're still not sure, go ahead and select the one that you think is most closely related. But one of the ways to avoid this is by using a separate app, and that app is called Seek. And so Seek, the way that works, it's actually made by the same company as iNaturalist, and it has an artificial intelligence. So when you scan something, it runs it through its big matrix, it looks at a lot of different features of the organism, and it tries to identify it. So I'm going to use this app here. I'd go outside, I'd take a picture, it would tell me what it is, and then I can go to iNaturalist. Really, the best way to use either of these apps is to use your phone camera, take a picture with your phone camera, and then you can use Seek to identify it from the camera roll, the film roll, and then you can take that same picture and put it into iNaturalist. When you get to iNaturalist, we have our own site here. And what will happen is you guys enter whatever you see. So hopefully this starts right away. Hopefully someone goes out, like all 60 of us, go out and find something on like the first hour and just put their first thing in, just to see that we have engagement. And what you'll see on here is a list of everybody, along with a number of observations, along with the number of species you've identified. And it will rank us based on the number of observations. When you want to go to other places on here, I can click on the observation, I can click on anybody's. I can see that Jace found a catnip, which was just outside, and this website will give you information about it. You'll notice in the lab notebook we ask you for the taxonomy. So the taxonomy is something that you can pick up from this application. So I clicked on his activity to see what it looked like, to see his picture. It shows a map of where he was when he observed it. I can click on catnip in the bottom here. And when I do that, it'll give me even more information. It'll tell me all the other people who have observed catnip. It'll tell me the top identifiers for the day, the top observer for the day, the last time it was observed, how many times it's been observed. I can click on the about. From Wikipedia, it tells me. I can click on the taxonomy. So we've asked you for the taxonomy of whatever organism you're identifying, along with the names. And you can click on, the about. If I go down here, you'll find information about the ecology and the habitat and all those other sorts of things. So this program will have pretty much all the information you need in order to complete the lab notebook. Okay, so when you find an organism, I'm encouraging you just to let us know that you guys are excited and interested in doing some of these biology things, and if you're feeling overwhelmed about things, this is an excellent opportunity to go outside and be at one with nature. This is one of the things that any person who's in the field of mental health and awareness would tell you to do, is to go outside and have fresh air, see green, be connected with the world, be connected with nature. So you're doing that, and you're going to observe some organisms, even common grass. There's many different types of grass out there. So if you can identify the grass, sometimes when you're trying to identify it, depending on if you point it at the bark of a tree, the app won't recognize it, and it'll say, oh, it thinks it's a beech tree, but it won't tell you the specific species. And in that case, it'll tell you to take a different picture. So if you're using your camera phone, you might want to take a bunch of camera shots. If an animal's moving quickly, do your best, okay? So going to this activity, the first part, it just explains the app, Seek app, the iNaturalist app, logging into the website, follow the YouTube link. It'll tell you exactly what you need to do in order to join it. So these are just step-by-step instructions. And then in the lab notebook, we're asking you to have an original photograph. So it's a picture you took, the common name, scientific name, the approximate size, detailed classification, all from iNaturalist. And then for the highest level, you give us some information about the biodiversity. We said that this is also part of the Bio League this week. So the person who identifies the most organisms will get first place, and then the second most organisms will get second place, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, so this is also a competition. There is the completion for the week. This is our evaluation for diversity that we're using. This is our, we'll have the end of the week questions as well, like we always do. But this is also the evaluation, right? So you do this, we give you your level 3, give you a level 4, some will go up, some will stay the same. Hopefully you all go up. That's the goal. And I guess that's it. So if you have any questions about anything at all, then make sure you message us and we will be right back to you. And if you want to meet to talk, also let us know. That'll be fun.